At Vibrafinance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibrafinance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibrafinance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. If you've been paying attention, I know you guys have. The markets today, another just bloody day, nothing out of the ordinary. If you've been following the channel lately, we've been saying, I think, one touchdown near 50K, get everybody bearish, thinking that this cycle, it's over. We're never going to have a bull run. And then once everyone thinks that happens, the opposite. And then we start taking off. But I think the next couple days are going to be not just boring, just chopping sideways. And this is what I think the BlackRocks, the fund managers out there want. They just want sideways chop where they could just collect on the fees and have everybody just not knowing what's going on and kind of on edge. And that's where they have the advantage. And retail's always chasing. But today have a special guest. If you guys don't know, I am a huge bull on the Pulse chain. I'm now going to be moving this channel towards Pulse chain and Titan X ecosystems only. I think the opportunities are there. We've beat everything else into the ground across crypto with the XRP stuff, the Stellar stuff. So now it's time to get back to the Pulse chain, see what's going on there. And I like to bring on smaller projects that don't really get the voice that other people give them. It's hard to get out in front of the masses. So you got to start somewhere small. That's what we did here. It's been years of grinding and just making relationships and just taking it one day at a time. So today we're going to be talking about Wonderland, and Punky is here. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, how's it going, man? Great to be here, right?
Yeah, it is, man. So what's going on over there in Wonderland?
Oh, things are getting exciting over here. We have our platform of tokens finished, and we're looking to add more functionality into this website and the ecosystem by building out more, additional layers on top of the tokens, right? So the thing that I'm working on right now is a NFT staking platform for the NFTs that are mintable right now. And then the other thing that's coming is a minting token that you use our Wonderland ecosystem tokens and possibly maybe some Titan X ecosystem tokens to mint a new token, right? So those are kind of the things in the process. But yeah, if I can kind of jump in sometime and talk about the actually like the base core of the Wonderland token sometime, right? So that's what I'm here for.
Definitely. So when did have you been in the Pulse chain ecosystem since day one? How long have you followed Richard Hart, and what made you want to come over here and build on the Pulse chain?
Yeah, myself, I've been following Richard ever since he was talking about I think Buckyballs. It was like something before he was it was another chain that he was talking about that's like besides Bitcoin. This was way before he started his own like chain and stuff, and then even before Hex, right? So, but I was there when he started Hex. I was in the AA lobby. My friend introduced me to it, and we were all listening to Trey and his live streams and stuff, and following that really closely, right? And then I also sacrificed for Pulse and Pulse X. So I've been following Richard's ecosystem for ever since the beginning, like you. And I think I remember you were on a stream before and you were talking about the AA lobby too, right?
Yeah, bro. I've been here for almost 5 years now, and definitely it did what everybody should not do. I made the mistakes that a lot of new people do, unfortunately, and I ended up getting hacked lost my whole adoption amplifier and restarted, fortunately. And it's been a grind there since, but it was almost a blessing in disguise, because if it had happened later on, it would have been way worse. And I was just so reckless and just had no idea about security and just using public I mean, everything you don't want to do in crypto, I was doing it.
Oh wow.
So it was a blessing to kind of find Hex and Richard Hart and learn more about DeFi and start to take this stuff serious as we kind of move forward. And inevitably, I think we're all going to become our own banks with DeFi. It's just where the world's going. And I think getting out in front of that it's so exciting. And just talking to people every day, being in the space that are building, and especially if you were here in the bear market, that you really have a passion for this stuff. And that, to me, that's what kind of separates people who have that passion and others who are just here when it's good, and when it gets tough, they're nowhere to be found. So
Yeah.
with one, you want to just start with the rundown on it and what it's about? Because I don't know much about it at all. I know you guys have the Alice, your main token, and then there's some other tokens that you have your whole ecosystem. So if you want to just give the whole rundown, I think that would be the best.
Yeah. So you're on the website. Do you mind flipping over to the white paper, if you like, you can jump down to the very bottom of the website too, or yeah, okay. And then oh, actually, it's right above status, I think, where the white paper is. Oh, actually, I think if you click on one of the pictures of the tokens at the very bottom, that will take you to the
Okay.
white paper. Yeah, one of those. So it started with
There we
buns, actually, because it's the white rabbit, and Alice was next. But basically, it's a group of reflection tokens, right? That reflect each other. It starts with white rabbit, the buns, right? That reflects PLS. So if you're holding buns, you get pulse in your wallet when people buy and sell from the taxes, right? And Alice was next, and then we have 5 tokens in total, right? From the website, there's five pictures of the Wonderland kind of like characters, right? So White Rabbit, Buns, Alice, the Mad Hatter, Cheshire Cat, and Queen, right? And the way I kind of like to explain this is like a Russian doll, like the Matryoshka doll, right? Where like you get another piece of the doll when you open it up. So once you buy Queen, you'll get Cheshire as a reward for the reflections, right? And then there is a 4% tax on selling and buying, right? That will reward the users that are holding Queen, and it'll get paid out in Cheshire, right? And then also, if you're holding Cheshire, it will give you rewards in Hatter, right? The next token down the line. So if you're holding Queen, you'll eventually go down the line and then end up getting Buns, and then Buns will reward you Pulse. So you'll end up getting Pulse in your wallet. And but the trickle rate is like few percent of the buys and sells, right? So if you're looking to make pulls from buying queens, that's not the kind of the right strategy. I think maybe buying buns to earn pulse and then using that pulse to buy the other tokens is one of the other strategies that we've talked about with some of the people that are in the ecosystem, right? So at the very basic, it's a 5 tokens that are connected to each other, where they reflect each other or reflect into the next token down, right? But also there's another small part of the tax. 1% of the tax gets used to build the liquidity on the main PulseX, uh, the swap, right? On that DEX. So let's say if you have $100 that you're selling into this, so it takes 1% of that, a dollar, and it adds it into the liquidity pool, right? And that is getting burnt, and I don't have any way to get that back in any way. So that's through the contract. So it's burnt liquidity, right? And then it's also doing a token burn too, right? Every time you buy and sell. So there's a few different kind of like dynamics going in with the tax system, but they're all there to kind of reward you and then to benefit the system, right? So, and one thing that I forgot to mention is that all of these tokens are deflationary from the start, right? They have a set supply, and from the buying and selling, it keeps getting burnt away. So it started out as a deflationary system, right? So,
So that no,
and
I like it because so yeah, my guys here are probably very familiar because we've been in the PTGC ecosystem and Alien and Atropa, and we had the guys Pulse Lorian's ecosystem. So I think Pete, this is awesome because Pulse Chain, we're so far ahead of every other chain out there that I see it, and it excites me that this stuff is being built because when new users inevitably come over here, which they will, and it's going to happen, I think sooner rather than later, to have these basically this get eliminates the need for staking, and that's I think a
yep,
huge potential problem with the SEC. I still think they're going to come for just regular proof of staking where you give up your coins and you don't have anything in your wallet. Therefore, you kind of are expecting profit from the work of others. So that's why I think Pulse Chain is just we're levels ahead of everything. And I like the ecosystem with a lot of these different coins because even too with I like this buy and sell tax going into the LP pools because we learned with other coins if you set enough LP pools up, the R bots will just go through and they'll pay those taxes every time if they can make a cent or a pulse chain. And there are ways if of setting these LPs up where you don't even need humans to buy and sell the token. And it's just so exciting. There's so much opportunity on Pulse Chain in front of us.
yep. And it's an amplified effect too, like where $100 worth of volume that you buy into one of the tokens, you have all these R bots like trying to take advantage of like this little, like where the liquidity is, right? And then that sells into like another $50, and then you see another trade after that. So that $100 really turns into like 150 or $160 worth of like kind of amplified effect, right? Into different volumes of different pairs. So. And yeah, that's the other thing I was going to mention is that I am trying to copy, and the Tropa Maria is its footsteps, and we have at
Mhm.
least about 30 or 40 different pairs of different LP tokens that like we paired up with. So the main ones are within our ecosystem, definitely. Like so, Buns and Alice have like big LP right pairs, like at least a few grand, right? And then the next one down is Giannis, which is a Titan X related ecosystem token, right? It's a Helios token, right? So I'm trying to get our tokens paired up with all these different trending tokens like GIF, Solid X. We have pairs for those, right? And then any other new projects that are kind of up and trending, we like to pair up and try to get that amplified effect of the R bots and the liquidity web, right? So that plays in effect. It's not as deep as PTGC or Atropa, where they have like millions of dollars in the LP, right? So we're not quite there yet, but that's what I'm here for, to try to market this so that we can get there, right?
Yeah, well, and
And
that's all opportunity too, and that's where the
yeah.
upside is. You know, that
And
there's all
you
that
guys
room to
are
grow.
here
And
right now so that you guys could get a chance before the upside, right? So that's the thing that I like try to emphasize, right? So and it's got so much X potential with like the market cap only right at like 20 to 30,000 K. Like $1,000 into this ecosystem will boost the market cap a lot with all these tokens, right? So
yeah, it doesn't take much at all to.
yeah,
And now that we've seen it, and we even with the 5 and 6% sell tax, I didn't think the bots were gonna pay it at first. I was kind of nervous, and then you see it almost like it's not even existent, and the volume
yeah,
just
yeah.
keeps coming in. It's awesome. It's just Pulse Chain is just different. I can't explain it. We tried to, launched a token over on base, and we were just messing around over there, and we tried to
Okay,
create what Sonny did with like the A1A and B2B and trapping the liquidity into that main pair, but it just was not working like it did on Pulse Chain. I mean, I don't know exactly what was going on, but just the matter of the fact that there's so many people that have done this. It's been successful. It's almost like the blueprint is here, and people are going to be seeking what's the next PTGC, because it is bleeding away. I think it's now 2-1 against Pulse Chain for value. So I love it, bro. It's we need the next PTGC, and that's a great marketing pitch. And then also too, you say you're tying in with the Titan X ecosystem, and that's just been on fire right now. So I think any ties or parallels you can make over there is just only a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, one great thing that we do have is like I'm a Titan, like Titan X builder. I'm on the list of the Titan X builders. So I am connected with a few of the people there. Like I think you're gonna have a stream with Rudy, right? From Titan Legends.
Yep, Titan Legends. Yeah,
Yeah. And
Sunday.
then also I'm very connected with Helios, dude from Helios over there, right? And another benefit to this project is that Helios, their DAO, right, is actually investing into Wonderland tokens, and they are right now the biggest holder of buns right now, right? And they are constantly buying buns with the money that they make from Giannis, so that it 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 burns Giannis and it buys buns, and then the buns, like the pulls they earn from like the buns that they're holding, they're buying Giannis back into it. So it's like a circular flywheel effect going on between our tokens and their system, right? And I'm always trying to look for like better arbitrage opportunities to kind of like to connect different systems together, right? And Helios offered this when we first started talking about it, and it's a great partnership to have between this project and their project, right? Yeah.
Sure, I love it. I love it. The partnership there, and people are just the maxis, the stubborn hexagons over there. They're just mad because nothing is pumped yet, and they're watching everybody having gains and seeing green candles. And when your core coins aren't really doing much, you get bitter after a while. So I get it, but I think they're gonna still warm up to it more. The Jack Levin thing, I don't. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
I think even with Jake, people are now starting to realize like he's not like people calling him a scammer at the beginning. It was almost comical to me, and I laughed at it the entire way, and it almost made me realize that if you have a good project, you need the low IQ FUD out there. You need stupid people that just have no clue how your project works, just to say dumb things and just get it's free advertising in a sense.
Right? Yeah. It's attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be it negative or
So what?
positive,
So
but
so what Titans battle you're building over here on Titan X? So is there you plan on having a bridge over, or I think there's probably going to be another project that'll have a bridge over from Titan X to Pulse Chain.
yeah, I think Pulsar is kind of working on that aspect, right? Where they're trying to leverage bridging tokens over from ETH or other chains into Pulse Chain with some fees to make that kind uh, of good arb play, where the fees could be used into the buy and burns pools, right? So they have like good things going on, Pulsar, and then Giannis did something like that too, right? So and yeah, I mean there could be more room for a connection between Wonderland and Titans of Battle and other connections between it, right? But ultimately, so here's the thing between the base layer of the tokens and then the NFTs that you can use the tokens to mint with to drive a little bit of the volume and stuff, right? And then you have a use case for what these tokens could be for, right? Instead of just holding them, right? And then you could do and get into the lottery systems and then the staking and then the minting platform that I'm going to make right next, right? But all of these are kind of more like finance and like DeFi related. Like, but the whole reason why I started all this is like I wanted to build games on top of Web3, right? Which is Titans of Battle and that project, right? So I really want to bring that kind of like mentality over into Wonderland too, right? And bring or build games on top of this ecosystem where you can kind of use the tokens to play the games with or either that, or you can play the game and earn Wonderland tokens or Titans of Battle tokens, right? As like a reward, right? So yeah, like tying in both of these projects at some point will definitely be a thing for me, right? But right now, I have Titans of Battle on the whole to work on Wonderland right now. And then yeah, like some of the code that I'm writing for Wonderland is going to be reused for Titans of Battle, especially like the NFT staking platform. And then like I was thinking about having a minting platform for Titans of Battle too, where you can take Titan X or even Dragon X and mint a new battle token, right? So these are some of the ideas that I have in thought, but I wasn't gonna actually rebuild them until later. But hey, you got the alpha here.
Let's go. No,
Yeah.
I love it, dude, because I just think too, with even with PDI, what's going on right now, if that I'm positive. I want to say I know Richard's behind it. And if that eventually gets to $1, or even if it's 75 cents and it fluctuates,
Hey,
just the
what's up with
amount
the
of money
post
that's going to,
exchanges lately with the stable swap? And have you seen what's going?
yeah.
There's been yeah, there's a LP with
Hmm.
3 stables, right?
Yep. And now, yeah. And it's almost, if you don't think it's him now, it's like, man, come on. And he's setting everything up where it looks like why, if you have that much money, if you have 15% of the die out there, like, do you want all that value out in crypto, or would you want to bring it onto your own blockchain if possible? And I think that's what his end game is to bring his entire empire over on all bring all that value over to Pulse Chain. And if that happens over the next 2, 3, 5 years, I mean, anyone that's just here now, that's building here now, like, it kind of makes me feel like when I got into commercial real estate in 2008, everybody told me I was crazy. Why would you ever get into real estate right now? The market's literally crashing. And it was the best thing ever because I got into it when it was hard to close a deal. So you had to work to actually make money. And then when the market flipped and it became easy, it was like, oh my God, and normal people just came in and relied on the easy market. But when you come in and you have struggle and you build, you make it through adversity, it seems to be the path to success, a tougher one.
Yeah. That sounds like most crypto projects to kind of live through the bear market and then you come out as a winner on top of that afterwards, right?
Hmm. And and you're gonna get crucified. That's what the thing that really bothers me is just the hatred for people and for that are building on Pulse chains. Like, could you imagine if Pulse chain launched and we said, yeah, there's 3 people developing on this chart. There's only 3 projects. How bad would that look? It'd be like, oh, so you
Right.
guys have a ghost chain. That's cool. So this thing was a pure scam. So we need projects over here. We need the developers. We need the eyes and the attention. But unfortunately, at this time, it's a lot of negativity. But I'm sure it's nothing that you haven't dealt with before, and you could use it as motivation.
Yeah, I mean, it's not against anything against our project, but I've noticed lately there's been a lot of bad attention on Pulse Chain and like events that happen kind of, that are not conducive to any positivity, right? But I try to keep my head down and not worry about all the drama and stuff, right? And just keep building
Hmm.
and yeah, try to keep a positive outlook about what's to come, right? Instead of just kind of looking at like, hey, this happened and like how bad is it, right? So
Yeah, definitely. And I saw it last cycle, especially too with early on after the adoption amplifier and when Hex first launched. It was so bad for the first 6 months. Everyone was calling it a scam. We were getting laughed at by everyone across crypto. And then within 3 months, green
and then
candles
the God
came.
will happened, right? The God will candle
Yeah.
happened. Yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
And to the exactly. And that everyone's like that. Oh, the Hex did a 10,000x. The day on the bottom there was $5,000 in volume. So how many people really made a 10,000x and sold the absolute top? It's like nobody did.
I don't know. I held until last year. That's what I did. So
Yeah, yeah. I,
yeah,
I unfortunately drank the Kool-Aid and staked way too much for way too long, which is gonna. I know it's gonna work out in the long run, but that short
yeah.
term is like watching your portfolio go up and then go down 110%. It's like, how's this even possible?
Yeah, I was on the fence very much about maybe doing an early end, right? But I end up not doing it. So, but I think I lost money in the end, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've only had 3 steaks come due. My that literally the last 4 of them, I've they're down a ton. I haven't even claimed them pretty much. They weren't even worth the ETH. On Pulse Chain it was, but it was so funny because I made them on my birthday. The first year it was worth like 18,000. The second
Oh wow.
year it was worth, I want to say, like 2,800, and this past year it was worth like $112 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think
it's like,
there's some
whew,
stakes that I've watched like at 100K level down to like few $1,000s now. So yeah, I know what you're feeling, man.
eh.
Yeah.
It's just short-term volatility though, because as much as you could say, "Oh man, I wish." What if this ecosystem, if we believe in Richard Hart, which is why I staked for that long because of all the Bitcoin stories he told. And imagine if you just got into Bitcoin in 2010 or 2011 and someone made you lock it up for 10 years where you couldn't touch it. It's like
Well,
these,
see,
it really is saving you.
I think you got to have a little bit of grain of salt with the founders these days, man. Because I think I was kind of in that boat too when we first started, and like I was all about Richard and just kind of like I was just drinking the Kool-Aid too, right? But I got into Zen and that whole ecosystem, and yeah, I like I don't want to really say anything bad about anything right now, but I just fell out of touch with what Jack had to do and like all the other stuff that's going on, right? And I don't know. At that time, I just realized you just can't follow the person. You got to follow all the technical details and like what they're doing, right? So if everything in the tokenomics and like what they're kind of like doing makes sense, I think that's the better way to kind of look at it, right? Because I mean, Richard does have a persona and an ethos, and like it's very easy to fall into that kind of stuff, right? But and like at the end of the day, right? Is it doing something right now, right? That's beneficial for everybody, right? So I know everybody's got like trust in Richard that he's like got these back plays, right? So and I'm hoping to be proven wrong that he has something up his sleeve, right? So
Yeah, I think I want to say, even, I mean, just looking at on chain, I mean, he's buying ETH, he's moving stuff around while he's still under the lawsuit with the SEC. So I'm not worried about anything. If and I think that's what Richard does. He shakes as many people out as possible, gets this thing literally looking like it's a rug pull, so he can brag at how many X's it did, and everyone that just stayed loyal to him and just listened to him and didn't falter, you all got rewarded. It's gonna Nothing has changed. It's just a short-term noise where people get so distracted and caught up with this and that. And same with Zen too, bro. I'm with you on that. I did it too, minted a bunch of Zen FTs, and they're doing great actually. The ones on Optimism, but half the other chains they're worthless. But that ecosystem got so just diluted to where it was like, okay, DB Zen came out. This is cool. And then Phoenix came out. And then all of a sudden, I went on vacation. I came back a month later, and it was like 6 other projects launched. They had nothing to do with Jack Levin. And
right.
it just got way too diluted. I didn't know what was what. And I just gave up and just said, screw it. I'll just hold my bag of Zen and just throw it on my ledger. If anything happens, cool. If not, just call it a day and cut the losses.
Hey, one thing, PTGC came out of it, right? So if you were following
Mhm.
then, I mean, I was introduced to them then, but I really didn't like dig into it that much. Wish I did.
Yep.
Like would have followed up a little bit more when they moved over to the post chain side, right? So, but I am definitely now watching what they're doing and Maria and all the players, right? So even the other team, right? Randy Hilarski and like Sunny D, like those guys, right? Like I think I was watching a stream with them the other day where they were talking about there's going to be an oracle on Pulse Chain soon, right? There's some people are going to make that happen, right? So
Awesome.
yeah, that's it. I
I
mean,
think
I think there's good things coming. It's just it's it's literally the bottom of the bear market, I think, for Pulse, man. And I hope things will pick up a little bit from now, right? And the
yeah.
whole the alt season will start happening from now, and hopefully with like the rumblings in Titan X ecosystem right now, like I think if it could be the catalyst for the alt season to pop and happen, I'm all for it. Okay, and it'll bring all of our tokens, the Wonderland tokens, up with it too, right? So
Yep. Yeah, and that's fun. Look at that. Pulse is just doing nothing right now. We're just completely just chop, 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 barely making lower lows. But Atropa and PDI are just rocketing still. Atropa's over two
yeah,
cents now. And
yeah,
then that's the
chart's been
thing.
looking great the last 2 weeks, right?
Yep. Yep. The whole PTGC, even UFO, Alien. Then they're so similar too with 808, with Burn, with Liquid, all the airdrops from holding Alien is so similar to what I actually like what you're doing a little bit more though, where you go one token directly to the other. And that's what's cool about this is you get to see what people have done. TG Zen, or I keep saying the grade 369, formerly known as TG Zen. He built something amazing here with PTGC. And then I think he one-upped it with UFO. It's not getting the shine right now, but he was on stream a month or maybe 2 months ago and just showing me some of the liquidity pools and how he got rid of the tax. So when you go into the UFO and hex pools on this, or you have whatever, even any of the pools on there, you don't have to pay the percentage, which is the reason why I don't have my PTGC or Alien in LP pools, because I don't want to pay 12% going in and out. And that was
Okay.
so cool. And I'm a huge fan of UFO, and you just see the little progressions where people see what was being built and how can we just tweak that just to make it a tiny bit better. And inevitably this chain just keeps growing. And bro, I think Richard
Well,
has so many updates in the future. I think he can't just release them all at once. It's a slow drip, one at a time, kind of tease people. And just this new Pulse X update already is so much cleaner.
right.
The UI.
I think it's definitely a play for the whales with the stable LPs going on, right? People with lots of staples will definitely get a benefit of this new changes that he's implementing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
but
and that
hey,
and that's what we need them.
like you keep mentioning these other projects, right? And like they're multiples of X, like of what we're at, and like I just want your audience and and your viewers to know that we have the same basis and the formula for these other projects, for the other reflection ecosystem projects, that we have a base layer of tokens and have different activities and different layers of apps that will be used to drive up volume for these tokens, right? And we're at a low cap right now. We're like that token right now that you're showing is at 13,000 market cap right now, right? And with
Yep.
potential for X's
Oh
and
yeah,
X's,
that's good.
right? So
And
yeah,
that
I like
chart looks
our
really good too
yeah, our
against Pulse. I
LP
mean, you're
isn't as thick
absolutely
as
right.
some of the other place, but like I'm hoping with the price movement upwards, the LP will definitely grow, and with the sell and buy taxes, the LP will definitely grow too, right? So
Mm-hmm.
um maybe this is something that we can mention. So there's a tax for the DAO too on some of these tokens, and what that tax is actually doing is it's getting sent to a wallet that I control, and that I will put a DAO in place sometime in the future that we can take votes into the direction of what this DAO wallet does. But mostly it's being used to buy other tokens. Like if there's a new token, like I think Volt is the latest thing that I've seen being mentioned right now, right? But we're gonna take some of the pulse that's earned in this DAO wallet and then buy some Volt and then pair up our tokens with it, right? So we're just increasing our field of the LPs, our coverage of all the LPs within tokens in the post chain systems, right? So it's growing, and then we have some LP pairs that are already locked in only moons, right? Right now, the period is of about 2 years, but we can increase that time too, so that if people feel safer with longer locks, right? And that is in the documentation in the white paper, right? If you could maybe find that, like, it's in, well,
Yeah, I don't know
here.
why it was.
I'll just show you the address. It's docs.wonderland.co. So if you put docs in front of the URL.
There we go. Perfect.
Yep.
Much easier.
Yeah. And then so this shows you what the LP locks, if you can go to that section real quick. So these are all the pairs that we have locked up in only moons, right? Some of them are only a few $100s in value, but they're locked up, and we will add more to it as the DAO gets more funds, right?
I like it. We got to start somewhere too, and
Yeah.
you're small. I mean, that's all right. Even if there's a couple $100 in each pair, you know, that's fine. Honestly, all it takes is one whale, someone with deep pockets that wants to support you, support the project, and this thing could change overnight.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like the way I was thinking about it before this is like you can take a certain amount of money, like $1,000, right, and buy into the Tropa ecosystem or PTGC, and then you'll get a little bit of payouts and the rewards, right? But your comparison with the whole supply and like how much other people are staking into this, right? Like it would be just as much like if you bought a good portion of our tokens and then had the reflection rewards. Like I think it would almost match because you're getting diluted so much from all these other holders in these other systems, right? So with like $1,000 in this system, you can be a whale here, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely. This is the opportunity here, and we've seen already this works with PTGC, so many different projects. It's proven that the liquidity bonding, Hart's law, and I think Pulse Chain is just special. Just I don't know if the bots over here, if it's different. I don't know what it is, but we
Yeah,
have the best DeFi in all of crypto.
I think from launching a few tokens or a few contracts like on ETH to Pulse Chain and Base, I think there's a lot more bot action definitely on the Pulse Chain. Like soon as things get deployed, like bots will pick up as versus like Base. It won't it's not as active, I think, right? On that chain versus Pulse Chain. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Now. This
I
is
don't know
now.
what
Yeah, this
that
is
is.
the time to
Yeah.
buy.
But well, I mean
I'm texting.
That's the Alice to Buns pair. So there's not that much kind of like trading volume between those two pairs, right? It's usually the Alice to the PLS pairs that get more volume, right? But yeah, those are where all the R bots are kind of sitting in those Alice Buns pairs, and it's looking and it's across the different three dexes too, right? It's not even just PulseX. It's PulseX, 9mm, and 9-inch, right? So they're all sitting there waiting for somebody to buy and sell to offset something, right, in the prices. And
No,
like you said,
I like
it does
this
not
option.
care about the taxes. It will immediately buy up any differences it sees, right?
Wow, let's look at some of these shades. Of, wow,
Yeah,
media
there's
harmony.
been a whole new deluge of different chains.
Yeah, Flare, ETH, POW. That's funny. Yeah, that I like it. I'm gonna definitely get involved myself here and start learning about the ecosystem and how the trickle down effect kind of works, and where to start. I think I'm gonna go with
Yeah. Some people.
probably
Go ahead.
buns.
I wanna. I
Maybe
wanna.
just
I wanna
go.
hear your. Yeah. I wanna hear your thoughts on.
I think I'm gonna. I think start with buns and down with Hatter. I think was that the last one.
No, it's queen, which will earn you
Queen. Yeah.
the rest of them, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the top of the
Yep.
doll. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely go. I would think 50% I would put into Queen, and then either go 25, or just go 50% in one of the other ones. But that's something that, yeah, I gotta really think about, because they're all these ecosystems are different, and I like that, where you get to kind of just nerd out, think about different strategies and ways to play it. And this is the time to do it, when you can screw up and make a mistake, because it's at the bottom right now. It's at its infancy.
Yeah, we've started about a few months ago, so we're just getting everything started. Oh yeah, if you can maybe go to the app portion, I have a dashboard where you can actually check the reflection rewards. So if you go down,
Where do I
actually,
gotta go?
uh,
All the way to the
yeah,
bottom.
just put at the top of the URL, app in front of the Wonderland. Yeah, app dot. Yeah. So we have a dashboard where you can kind of check the stats of the tokens itself. So that gives you the supply number right now and how much it's burnt, and then the pulse rewards that it has given out in total, right? That's for every wallet, not just one wallet, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
it shows you for the rest of the tokens, right? And we're doing great. All the tokens are up in percentage in price in the last 24 hours, which is doing great, all right? And then also, if you scroll down just a little bit, there's a place where you can kind of check your reflections by putting in your wallet address, right? Or you can connect your wallet too. So I put both options there so that some people don't like to connect their wallets into a website, right? So you can just put in your
Yeah,
address, check
yeah.
your wallet. So it's
I
there.
like that. It's smart.
Yeah. And then
Wonder draw.
yeah, so that's our lottery system, and that's the 5 cycles that we've had so far. The usual price or the rewards that we have are about a billion tokens, which is about $30 to $60 worth of the tokens. But once you buy a ticket into the lottery, you use pulse to buy tickets, right? But half of that pulse will be set into a reward pool itself. So you'll end up getting buns, like buns as a reward, and the pulse that other people put in to buy as they're buying tickets, right? So it's create 2 reward pools. So at the end of the drawing, you'll get buns and then pulse as your winnings, right?
I like that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so that's one of the lottery systems that we have. And then token draw, that's not running right now, but this is where you can spend other tokens. Like you can buy tickets using Giannis or Titan X or any of the Pulse X or Pulse Chain tokens, right? And then you'll win PLS as a earning or as a reward, right? And then if you can click on buns, we have a set of NFTs that you can mint using the Buns token and a little bit of Pulse as the gas fee, right? And then the Buns here and then the Pulse that are collected from this is it'll be used to like pair up more of the LP and increase the liquidity pairs, right? And then also with the NFTs, you can get a free entry into the lottery systems. So if you mint an NFT, you can get a chance to win tokens through the Wonder Draw and the Token Draw without having to actually like have to spend Pulse there too, right? So I'm trying to build a lot of cool things that you can do with the tokens on top of the tokens themselves, and little ways that you can kind of like reward yourself by spending just a little bit of the tokens. right? So that's the immediate layer on top of the token systems that we have right now.
To get to let's go to market to the marketplace. So I just put like marketplace in front.
Oh, so some of the marketplaces are shutting down. I couldn't figure out which NFT place to link it to. Like Mintra is closed down. Post Market is shutting down. I don't know what's going on. Is this the SSE thing that's happening right now? Like,
It must be, dude. It must be.
yeah, there's
I,
6
shoot, what
marketplaces
was?
on Pulse, and 4 of them are shut down now. It's like, what's going on, right?
Yeah, where do I was gonna say? Holy shit! Where do where?
Yeah,
Who's
check
even
out
got in?
Mintra. Mintra is one of them, right?
It was, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't even know what was it. Mintra.xyz. Nope.
I think
Mintra.
just .io or .com, right? Yeah.
There we go. Mintra.com.
Actually, I don't
That
think
is
that's
not it.
it. Yeah, if you could maybe just search Mintra.
Mintra.io. Mintra.ai. There we go.
No, it's Mintra.ai, right? Yeah, okay. Oh no,
Yep.
they're still
Right
running.
now.
Okay.
Maybe it's because he I don't know, maybe because it's .ai now. Whoops, something went
Yeah.
wrong. There we go.
Okay, well, I can link it definitely to the Mintra.
So if it, oh, there we
Right.
go. Okay, here we go. All right, it still looks like it's here.
Okay, okay. It wasn't loading for me earlier, but I could definitely link these NFTs to the site so that you can trade it. But I recommend not selling these because like I'm gonna steal a little bit of thunder from Rudy's project so that you can kind of like collateralize these NFTs a little bit, right? So the way that I'm gonna work these is that you can always trade them back for the amount of buns or whatever tokens that you paid in to mint the NFTs with, right? So there's always a floor price of 1 billion of the tokens that you spent to mint these with, right? So it'll never fall below that price.
So where do you like if I wanted to go get one right now, an NFT, where can you
Oh,
maybe put a link
yeah.
on
The
like the
minute
Twitter page or something?
No, the NFT is on the website itself. So if you go back to the app,
Oh,
right?
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So here, if you connect your wallet, you can go and mint an NFT yourself here, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So all
But
right.
you
So
have
if
to
I
connect your
connect the
wallet,
wallet, okay,
and then the
okay.
requirements for the minting is like I think 1 billion buns and about 300K in pulse, right? For the minting fee, right?
So I must not be on the right wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Okay, there we go. All right. So I need to pull some pulse out of LP
Yeah.
to mint it. I only got 100,000 liquid in this wallet. All my stuff, I throw pretty much everything in that in the Pulse X farm. I don't keep
Okay.
anything liquid.
Oh, I hear you, man.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, so
You gotta earn
yeah,
interest on
all right,
stuff, right? So
yeah, exactly. Why not? Until there's liquid staking and stuff like that, which you are already have, which is why I like what you're doing because it's already thinking towards the future where we're going. Because I just know in a
I
couple of
got you.
years, if you're not earning while for just holding stuff in your wallet, it's going to kind of be why would I do this?
Well, one other benefit to this is that you don't have to claim your rewards too, right? So it just goes into your wallet. Like there's no, there is a claim function that you can call early, but you're just wasting your pulse that way. It'll come to your wallet eventually, right? So as long as you're holding one token, it'll get redistributed back to you, right? So, but if you can check, like Buns has paid out 20, is that 29? Yeah, it's 29.5
It was,
million pulse so far.
yeah,
You go to the reflection tab,
yep, it was
very first
yeah,
one. Yeah. Buns has paid out 29 million in pulse already
29 and a
previously.
half million.
Yep. And then Hatter
Yep.
has paid out 26 million Alice, So if you're holding these tokens, you're just getting the rewards trickle down from all the buys and sells, right? So that is
Um,
one benefit is the reward. And the other thing is, I think it's a good store of value for what a meme coin is, right? We've been kind of trending sideways ever since the beginning, and we're like our DAO and the Helios DAO is protecting the price in kind of like ways that we can, right? So you have a system that's pretty safe to buy into. Like, you know, you should Dior definitely, but like, you know, I am here. I'm not going away anytime soon, and I'm here to kind of like safe keep the pricing of the tokens too. So yeah.
But are the contracts, are they all renounced?
They're not renounced because we have to add new token LPs as they come along, right? Because if a new token gets created and there's a new LP router pair that gets created, right? The new pair address that has to be added into the contract so that it starts collecting taxes from that pair.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. No, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
But I mean,
The
at
taxes.
a certain point, I think if there's enough liquidity and there's enough like reward systems trickling through, then yeah, I mean, I don't see why I couldn't renounce this contract, right?
Yeah, no, I mean that's like the ultimate goal, to be where you get to the point where everything is just smooth sailing. People have found it, they enjoy it. There's maybe a game that's running, some kind of arena or PvP game, whatever you're thinking. Because I know, man, that
Well,
we're so close to that metaverse, to people just living on the blockchains, playing games to earn for a living, like that. We're so close to that time.
for this ecosystem, I want to kind of incorporate all the different characters. So it could be a game where all the 5 different characters could kind of come into play, right? Um, like somebody mentioned Kingdom Hearts, that could be like, where there's like different characters that you can kind of go through, right? Maybe one idea I had was like maybe a tower defense game where you can place a Buns turret right on the map, and it shoots certain type of bullets, and you have to upgrade the turret using our tokens, right? And that's how you improve in the game. Like so those are some of the ideas that I've had for the future, you know.
Yeah, no, Helio said it right, 100%. That's what I was just gonna say with the taxes and stuff. The tokens are going right into the locked LPs anyway. So renounce contract, locked LP. I mean, it's pretty much one in the same in essence. ETA for NFT staking or utility.
The NFT staking, I have the first iteration of the staking contracts ready. The distribution seemed a little bit not quite there yet, so I was working on that logic. So, give me give me give me the proverbial 2 weeks or at least a month, right? So,
Perfect. 2 more weeks. Gotta love it.
yeah. So it'll be soon. It'll be soon. I really want to get the minting contract out first, where you take our tokens to mint a new contract, right? Or a new token, right? Like based on the exchange rate of like what these tokens are. So I thought about actually including the Titan X ecosystem tokens, like Dragon X, Titan X, Helios, and then JakeX. You know what? I'm not sure if JakeX is on post chain yet, and if anybody's bridged that supply over into this chain yet, but I
I
can definitely take
think so.
the 4, which is Titan X, HLX, Dragon X, right? And then oh yeah, and then
Yep.
Giannis. Giannis is the other token that I wanted to accept, which is dude's
Yep.
other token, right? Helios's other token.
Yeah, Jake X isn't over here yet. Is Helio isn't over here
Yeah,
yet, is it?
HLX
It is?
is
Oh
also,
man.
yep. There's not that much supply though. I think the biggest supply is like HLX and Giannis, right? which I think Deck Screener right now there's no volume, so it's not showing. That's probably the reason.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh no, it's right there. Okay, HLX Giannis, the second one.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, Giannis. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Wow, this is. See, yeah, we were on vacation for a couple weeks in August, and it was right when this. I feel like it was right when Dragon X started really taking off, like 3 weeks ago, and I kind of just started getting the FOMO real bad, and was like, all right, I need to start learning up on this ecosystem. So with Jake X and Baby Dragon X, now Inferno and Helios and Hyper and Blaze and X28 and Titan Legends coming out, and you got your game coming. This is so awesome. I'm excited for what's to come. I feel like we're so early, but we are so in the right spot where I'm not worried at all about the future. Like I just look around at crypto, and if everything, I mean, everybody's feeling this way, like nervous. Oh God, what's going to happen this cycle? But we have the biggest, loudest community in all of crypto in Pulse Chain and Hex. Richard Hart has absolutely created a fanatical cult, and that has to mean something. That has to be some sort of value. It has to be a sign that we're going to succeed in the future, in my opinion. So, and with what Jake is doing, I mean, that coin is about to go hyper deflationary in the next couple months, and we've never really seen anything like it. It's new.
Yeah.
And
I think you're in the right place, man. And with all the different projects that are kind of in the works between the Pulse Chain ecosystem, the Zen stuff, the Hex, I mean the Titan X ecosystem, right? Right. And like I'd like to kind of tie in our ecosystem with like Titan X and like all the other stuff that's going on, right? Soon. So like I think you're on the right path, man, to the a better future, right? So
yeah, and I think that's a really smart idea. That's honestly, if you said what would you recommend, or what do you think I should do moving forward? I would have, my first thing would say start bonding up coins with Titan X or with PDI or with PTGC, just something like that, and start from there. And I think,
yep.
like I told you already, I'm going to be focusing this channel strictly on Titan X and Pulse Chain only, and I'll probably come on and do a stream, just a single stream in a couple hours around like 10:30, 11, and I'll probably just come on and mint an NFT and just play around with this ecosystem in a couple hours. So all 74 of you watching right now, anyone wants to watch me mess around and just mint some of the NFT or two and maybe create an LP pair or something, I'm going to be definitely doing that tonight for sure.
Hey, so if you guys want to give your viewers some rewards, I'm willing to set aside a portion of the tokens, and if you pick somebody from your viewers, I can send them some tokens.
Awesome. Hell yeah. I will definitely I'll definitely do that tonight. Late. Let me just make a note of that.
Okay.
Do giveaway later. Awesome. What token? Alice, or which one?
Yeah, I mean, if like I can send you all 5 of the tokens to get them kind of introduced to the ecosystem, right? It can be just a certain amount, right? Maybe like $100 in worth of like tokens, like in total,
Yeah,
split up between
that'd be awesome.
different tokens, right? So yeah.
Yeah, bro, that'd be sweet. And
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna get, because I just saw but I found PTGC out of just dumb luck. I was just on here being a DGen one night and was like, oh wow, the golf course coin. What is this thing? TGC. And it was pure luck. And then realizing like, oh my God, this coin is incredible. And then watching
It was all
Alien come
alien
after.
stuff, right?
Yeah, and Enki's now coming after, and UFO. So there is definitely something to this reflections token, and it feels it's just so funny when I hear like Safe Boot 2.0, or it's like, man, it's the IQ test right there. Anyone that says that stuff, they're either incapable of doing research because they can't read or comprehend stuff, or it's that FUD that you need, the low IQ people that will spread your project around. Anyone with a brain could see right through it.
Yeah, I mean, like I welcome all people talking about discussion about the project, man, be it negative or positive, right? So, and I am here to defend what I am doing. I'm always all online on Telegram, so you can come hit me up on our Telegram channel, right? And yeah, I'm here to discuss stuff. And if you have any like requests on like what the project should be more like, then I will definitely take those into consideration too. Definitely.
Awesome. Let me sorry. I was just gonna post the or put the Telegram. Actually, no, it's in the description. I already put it in there. It's in the description. It's in the below the Twitter link and the description for the Telegram. So if you want to jump in there, that's something I need to do too. Is definitely jump in there, and I'll be back tonight at 11 o'clock and getting my feet wet and just messing around and showing these guys my strategy, kind of how I go about these things, and they'll be sweet to do a little giveaway.
Great. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Is there anything else that that you want, or is that pretty much everything for tonight?
I think that's everything. I maybe once I have the minting platform and the staking platform ready, maybe I can come on here to describe or explain what that is about and what the strategy and the R play could be for those two new contracts, right?
That sounds good, man. Yeah, I'll be here. So whenever that's ready, just reach out and we'll definitely have you back. And then maybe the trifecta will be for your game over there on Titan X.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll get on the ball, man. You know how it is, man. There's so many like hours of the day that you have time to focus on stuff, and like you have so many things that you want to do, right? So like I'm only just one person, and like I wish that there was like multiples of me that I can kind of do stuff, right? Say like that
Yeah,
Michael
come on,
Keaton.
AI.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Maybe I can get all these bots to help me now. So
Oh no, I can't imagine. I was watching this stream the other day. And guys, like, could you just imagine if your country bans TikTok and you just tell your AI agent, okay, clone TikTok, go through my contacts, send it to every one of them, make it better, and if it doesn't work, try again. And it's
I mean,
like,
is it
wow,
crazy that that's a possibility? It can happen now, right?
oh, it's
Like
wild.
I've seen people code stuff with the latest tool, which is Cursor and this thing called Melty, and like there's 8-year-olds like, hey, I want this Harry Potter game that's like this card game. And she's just talking to this thing, right? She's building an app, right? It's this 8-year-old girl. And I think it's amazing, right?
So
It's a great time to be
that's
alive.
awesome.
Yeah.
It is, bro, and it's just a tool. AI. It's just like anything
Yeah.
else. You know, a
Yeah.
gun can hurt people, or it can provide you defense, and it can get you food if you need to.
Right.
It's like
It's really
you
how
can
you
look at
make
anything. Yeah,
really how you use it, right? So yeah. And crypto is too, right?
exactly.
Remember that. Depend
Yep.
be careful how you use it.
Yeah, and exactly. So, well, no, that it was awesome. I really I like what you're doing. I'm a big fan. I think bridging over and just tying into Titan X. I think that's smart. And I think what I'm gonna do is look at setting up like liquidity pools with maybe Titan X or Dragon. I don't know, but just creating new pools is the way to go. And the more pools are out there, the more are there is, the bots there are, the more volume, and it's just a win for everyone. And that's how you
Yeah.
learn. Is
Yeah, you wanna
just
look
doing
into
it.
systems that are kind of leveraged in that way with a large liquidity web footprint, right? So that if one thing moves, all these other things just kind of move along with it. And then your tokens, I mean, it could be a double-edged sword sometimes that if the prices go down, it pulls the prices down for your tokens too. But for us, like that is volume, and that's still rewards for users. And LP is still getting burned if people are selling or buying. So, so it's it's beneficial to us, right? So
And now this is literally as bad as it gets down here at the bottom when there's retail's not even here. So it's all upside from here. Like the long days, the questioning why should I even am I even doing the right thing? Why am I doing this? Like it'll all come back full circle here in the near future. And I'm excited for it. And I will definitely be messing around tonight and just learning for myself, getting my feet wet. And I think that's how you learn, right? You come in, you make mistakes, you try different strategies, and you talk to people, and then you come back, reassess, and make your next move.
okay, yeah. No, I'll be in Telegram if you guys need any help with any of our tokens, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, the Telegram is down in the description. The Twitter is down in the description too. All 76 you in here watching. Give Punky a follow, a Wonderland on Twitter. Join the Telegram. They come back in 2.5 hours because I'll be on here learning for myself and getting into Wonderland and going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me the time to present and showcase my project here.
Yeah, bro, you're welcome, and look forward to having you back in the near future. And hopefully by then the market is turned and there's a lot more volume across crypto. Things are a lot more exciting, and the green candles continue on.
Yeah, and maybe hopefully we don't mean to do this anymore, right?
One day, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
I'll be forever doing this, even if I like have $1 billion. I like technology too much. I like coding and stuff. So,
yep.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome, Punky. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you in a couple hours. If not, go follow Punky and follow Wonderland